Brothers, teach me a lesson. Yu Hong said. The rich second generation swarmed over in a noisy manner. Wang felt the tense atmosphere. Want to mediate,
but don't know how to do it well.
Yu lazily took 2 steps forward, standing in front of Yu Hong. I advise you.
Still don't move. My classmates will be better.
Yours to step up. It made many female classmates have starry eyes. Do not know why. He looks so handsome.
The female classmates showed their nymphomaniac faces one
Yu
after
Hong
another.
looked at your extraordinary temperament.
There is a feeling of being instantly reduced to a background. He gritted his teeth and
What
glared
happened
at you.
if I touch your classmate?
Could it be that you still dare to hit me?
Yu Hong and the Yu group behind him.
What does it mean?
Everyone present knew it.
Wang and the others know very well. What are the consequences of following Yu Hong? No one dares to move.
Act rashly. Except you. The corners of your mouth raised
Chuckled
slightly.
softly. If you dare to touch me, I will hit you.
When Yu Hong heard this, I couldn't help but sneer immediately. Oops, I'm so big, Mr. Yu.
I have never seen such an arrogant person
Then you
before.
see if I dare to fight. Yu Hongchi hit him with one punch.
Yu Hong takes action. You're actually faster than him. Punch Yu Hong in the face. Or Yu Hong was burnt out.
Yu Hong took 2 steps back,
Touching his face blankly.
face full of disbelief.
Where did this idiot come from?
He really dares to do it.
Not just Yu Hong. The rich second-generation boys around Lian They were all dumbfounded too. Wang and a group of people saw this scene. He even said he was finished.
They just want to attend a class reunion. Current class reunion. Do you have to risk your life? Liu Yang, why are you so impulsive?
Apologize to Mrs. Hong quickly. Wang hurriedly set out to make a remedy. Both Wang and Gu feel that they are going to be beaten by Yu Hong. I was a little angry at first.
Now I hear Wang asking you to apologize. His anger subsided a little.
He looked at you proudly. His eyes are filled with a sense of superiority. How about this?
Kneel down and kowtow 3 times to me.
I was wrong when I said there was less
I
red.
can forget about this today. It would be strange to let bygones be
Yu
bygones.
Hong didn't say anything on her face.
I completely hate you in my heart.
The person who dared to hit him, Yu Hong, hasn't even been born yet. Looked a little unhappy after hearing this.
But he didn't dare to refute. He smiled and said, Yu Yang, why don't you apologize to Mr. Hong?
To apologize is to kowtow and apologize.
You glared at Wang Ergu.
Didn't speak. On the contrary, the classmates see his smooth side.
It's more or less uncomfortable. That's kowtow to admit your mistake.
This is like throwing human dignity to the ground. What's the difference if you have to step on both feet?
Under Wang Ergu's persuasion,
things seem to have turned around.
And all this, it all depends on whether you kneel down and kowtow to admit your mistake.
Or wait and see Hong's revenge. All of a sudden,
everyone's attention is on you.
Shizuka feels a little sorry. Just when I was about to come out, just listen to you say calmly, if I don't apologize. You just finished speaking. Everyone present took a breath. Yu Hong's face is reflected in your understatement. It's like being slapped countless times. My face was swollen. You're not going to apologize.
That's okay too. I will make you the younger brother of Brother Biao. Come and hit me. Do you still want to retain your dignity? I want you to know.
In the face of absolute strength.
Dignity is nothing, Yu Hong said angrily. Now Yu Hong's second-generation rich brothers.
On the surface, he is willing to know the truth of the matter. Something really happened.
Everyone is trying to reduce their existence. After listening to Yu Hong's words,
I was even more frightened and sweating profusely. Just apologize to Mr. Hong.
Sambaya is a big shot in the Magic City. It's definitely not something you can afford to offend. Sambaya is like an underground godfather in Demon City.
I had a great time eating both black and white dishes. Very powerful. Anyone who goes against Sambaya, none of them end well.
It was detected that Yu Hong was being chased by the deputy chief. He gave the host,
underground godfather of
Sambaya
Magic City.
becomes the host's younger brother. You don't want to pay attention to me at all.
eats chicken, then let him find Sambaya. It just so happens that I also want to experience the style of the underground godfather. Yu Hong listens to you, gritting my teeth angrily. You're waiting to see if you're soft or hard, and gritting his teeth to Sang Biao's younger brother, Yu Feng.
Made a phone call.
Go over to Brother Feng.
I'm at the Green Romantic Club.
Bring a dozen people over here. I was beaten.
Liu Feng heard that Yu Hong was bullied.
He readily agreed to go over and support the occasion.
For nothing else, just because Yu Hong spends a lot of money.
The people he offends
Not
are
a great
average.
character. With Sangbaya's current reputation, even if they beat someone up,
they don't dare to let people cause trouble.
It is said that it is good to enjoy the shade under the
Liu
big
Feng
tree.
couldn't help but be very good at this kind
gained
of thing.
a lot of benefits. Liu Yang, please apologize. Yes, Liu Yang just knelt down.
Kowtowing is regarded as worshipping ancestors during the
Yun's
Qingming
group.
festival.
It's not something ordinary people like us can afford to offend. Liu Yang, you'd better apologize. As soon as the students heard Yu Hong shouting, people
All
are
very
copying
scared.
guys.
Even Shizuka was wavering in her heart. I'm considering whether to let my family take action.
Calm down the upcoming fight.
He deserves to apologize. Isn't it just to call someone?
I also asked people to come over.
You turned on your phone with a cold voice.
I found Senbai's phone number and dialed it. Yu Hong's younger brothers were all
dumbfounded.
They have never seen such an arrogant person before.
There are still people in Shanghai who dare not to kill the underground
seriously.
Sanbaya happened to be at the Green Romantic Club today.
Negotiate cooperation with some people in the business field.
Cooperation has reached a critical moment.
Sanbaya, who never likes to be disturbed on official business.
His personal phone actually rang.
Brother, do you want me to mute the phone for you? Sanbaya's younger brother looked at the words eldest brother written on it.
Hesitantly took the phone over.
Asked cautiously.
Sanbaya looked at the phone number on his phone. His face changed.
Got the call immediately. Brother, why are you free to call me today?
Sanbaya stood up.
The excitement on his face is beyond
This
words.
frightened several bosses who were discussing business with Sanbaya.
The eldest brother Sanbaya has another eldest brother.
Did they hear something?
Great inside information. Will he be silenced? Several CEOs worth tens of billions were trembling on the sidelines.
Sanbaya didn't take them seriously at all. Liu Yang took his mobile phone and glanced at Yu Hong,
It's no
who was
big
standing
deal.
aside. There is just someone who says he is your younger
His name
brother.
is Yu Hong.
I want to ask you if you know him. Now call people to read at the Green Romantic
Aye.
Club. Sanbaya listened to your words, angry inside.
Several tens of billions of CEOs
I
talking
have listened
about
to the news
cooperation.
to some extent.
One of the tens of billions of CEOs said tremblingly, Brother Bio, what your older brother just said about Yu Hong.
Probably the eldest son of the U Group.
Yu Hong Yu Group.
Sanbaya knows.
U Group.
He felt very unhappy.
A man who sells cars dares to
His
gamble.
elder
brother is so awesome.
Why not go to heaven?
Go tell the boss of Yu Group.
He touched people he shouldn't have touched. Let him pack his things and get out of the city for me.
A word from Sang Bio.
Directly asked the U Group's last to be removed from the Magic City. The bosses looked at each other.
I immediately nodded my head and agreed.
Things have developed into this situation.
Sanbaya has no intention of discussing
He
cooperation
hurriedly walked
anymore.
out of the private room. Several tens of billions of CEOs looked
We
at each
decided
other.
by chance to go and have a look.
They all heard it.
Sanbaya's eldest brother is outside the Green Romantic
Being
Club.
blocked by Senbai's people, he couldn't help
They
but.
all have a crush on Sanbaya's eldest brother.
Very curious.
Whom they have
Who
never
could
met.
be Senbai's eldest brother? Yu Hong watched you hang up the phone, also a little dumbfounded.
Listen to your tone.
Is the person on the other end of the phone Sang Bio?
Absolutely impossible.
This guy must be scaring me.
Yu Hongqing calmed down. He sneered.
Mocking Mr. Tar. When I was drinking with Brother Bio at Global International,
You still don't know where to play in the mud. Dare to show off in front of me.
my people will come soon.
I tell you to get out on your knees. Detected bragging by Red Team host.
Special gift of 10% shares of Gold International.
Bragging again. You raised your eyebrows. As for the young and
How
dare you
old?
speak?
No doubt even.
Who wants to give this young man time?
Mr. Yu can still make up more exciting stories.
This sentence is also given to you.
When I drive Koenigsegg just in case, you still don't know where to play in the mud.
You never thought about letting Sambaya take action
After
personally.
all, Sang Bio's identity is not
Even
ordinary.
if you know Yu Hong is bragging.
I won't easily set up Koenigsegg with you, Hong, just in case something
Ha
happens.
ha ha ha.
Killing me. You only have less than 1,000 yuan worth of
You told me
clothing.
you had a Koenigsegg just in case.
Did you eat too much shit?
My brain is flooded.
Not only Yu Hong laughed. Even his little brothers were laughing with joy.
If Koenigsegg has a price but no market.
Do you know what Koenigsegg stands for?
What if Koenigsegg represents power? You know, there are things that even money can't buy.
Just in case you still want Koenigsegg.
I can't even afford red sweet
Which
potato.
onion are you?
The rich second generation who are the heirs of the
I
previous
understand
group.
very well what Koenigsegg represents. If only you had a Koenigsegg. If they see you in the future, they will take a detour.
On the other hand, Shizuka and other
After listening to
classmates,
you.
they all looked unhappy.
The expression of holding back the words again.
Wang Ergu really wants to talk about Mr. Hong.
Don't be fooled by his appearance.
Liu Yang really has Koenigsegg just in case.
You are very helpless.
I found that this world is really strange.
To be honest, no one believes it.
Though
Those who brag are believed by others.
sure enough, I'm out and about.
I gave my identity to myself. At this time,
5 vans,
filing in.
Arriving at the gate of Green Romantic Club,
Liu Feng opened the door,
A dozen boys copied the guy.
got off the van.
Liu Feng's sharp eyes swept over everyone.
Who hit my brother?
Stand up for labor and management.
In Liu Feng's expectation,
The man who beat Yu Hong.
You should be trembling now.
So scared.
he set his target on Wang Gegu.
It was you who hit my brother. Wang Gegu was suddenly named.
Everyone was scared.
He waved his hand quickly.
No, not me.
It was him. He was the one who beat Wang Gegu.
This wave of operations will directly sell you. Wang Gegu himself also knows that what he did is not authentic. He apologized and said it's not my fault, just my little assets. It's not enough for the U group to deal with.
Don't you know Sanbai?
Can you just ask Sangbaya to come over?
Wang Gegu's words made Liu Feng a little surprised.
He was a little wavering in his heart.
What if you really know Sanbaya?
That's his eldest brother's eldest brother.
Yu Hong saw Liu Feng's hesitation. He said to Liu Feng, Brother Feng,
Don't believe him.
talk about this little brat. Nothing he wears costs more than 1,000 yuan.
I just said that I have NICEC just in case. Look at the car here.
Is there any NICEC just in case?
What he said made Liu Feng unable to refute.
Wang Gegu opened his mouth.
Want to speak? You can think of the giant behind Yu Hong.
Close your mouth again.
But Liu Feng still thinks you are just bragging.
Immediately moved his right hand.
Order a dozen people. He directly smashed the BMW not far away. That car is me.
Wang Gegu drives his own BMW. Turned into a pile of scrap metal. Even though I was heartbroken, I didn't dare to offend Liu Feng. He was afraid that he would be like BMW in the next second.
Smashed the car to prevent people from escaping. Liu Feng is ready to let his younger brothers take action. At this scene, Sang Bio happened to be driven down from upstairs. Looked at it clearly.
Stop Sangbaya's roar, which is fierce and full of evil energy. He shuddered.
Many people were so scared that their legs
Collapsed on the ground.
Even Liu Feng. I was also frightened by his voice and trembled.
Liu Feng turned his head.
Immediately became half a stutterer. Brother Biao Biao, why are you here? Why am I here? Why don't I come?
Are you going to do something to my eldest brother?
You are worthy of Sangbaya, rushing to Liu Feng's side.
Kicked him over.
Sanbai used a lot of strength.
Just kick the person and roll him 3 to 5 meters.
Sangbai's anger can be seen.
Sang Biao's eldest brother.
He is really Sangbai's eldest brother.
No way. The rich second generation behind Yu
All
Hong.
were killed by Sangbai's Chinese brain. And Liu Feng and the younger brother brought by Liu Everyone was frightened by Sangbai's words.
Follow the billionaire boss behind Sangbaya.
Looking at the scene now,
I was even more shocked and speechless.
even your classmates all opened their mouths.
Face full of disbelief. He really didn't lie.
Brother, it's none of my business.
It was Yu Hong and Liu Feng who met Sangbaya.
Even if we meet from a distance.
Liu Feng also had a deep memory of Sangbaya. He endured the pain and handed Yu Hong out. There is a touch of cruelty on his face.
Sangbaya is famous for his emphasis on
He
love
almost beat
and righteousness.
Sangbaya's eldest brother.
Even if you don't succeed.
Sangbaya won't give up easily either.
Yu Hong didn't expect.
The first time I met Sangbaya,
He actually stood on the opposite side of him.
Liu Feng's words.
It even made Yu Hong's heart almost jumped out of my throat. He stared at Yu Hong, eyes full of sarcasm.
I heard my elder brother say.
You are my little brother.
He also called Liu Feng to block my elder brother. Sangbaya was just asking about things.
The aura all over his body makes people inexplicably fearful.
Yu Hong wanted to defend himself, but I don't know how to defend myself.
Shizuka wanted to call.
Ask your family to protect you. But I also allowed my hand for making secret phone calls.
He didn't expect that things would take such a big turn. Seeing that Sangbaya is willing to stand up for you, Xinjiang immediately became concerned about what Yu Hong supplemented.
He not only called Liu Feng, he also asked Liu Yang to kowtow to him
Let
and
Liu Yang kneel
apologize.
down. Get
even
out
more.
of the Green Romantic Club. Shizuka's words made Sangbaya furious.
His eldest brother.
He was forced to this extent by a bastard.
He walked up to Yu Hong with a gloomy face.
Yu Hong was frightened by the momentum.
His legs gave way, and he knelt on the ground.
He immediately fell in front of the mirror image.
Kowtow while admitting your mistake.
I was wrong, sister-in-law. I was wrong.
Please forgive me. I shouldn't have eaten too much shit and teased my sister-in-law.
It was me who lost my
I
mind.
kowtow to you.
Sister-in-law, help me beg Liu Yang for mercy.
Please forgive me.
Yu Hong is really a clever little guy.
After he reacted.
He was actually able to kowtow to Shizuka.
He's also a smart man. But you don't intend to let Sangbaya go too far. Xiao Biao, you can handle the next thing. Sanbai glanced at Jingxiang beside him.
Show a clear look.
He said okay.
Brother, I just happened to go take care of something.
I won't disturb you and sister-in-law. When my eldest brother has time, he will bring his sister-in-law over to
Jingxiong
my villa
blushed
to
when
sit there.
Sanbai saw her.
He knew that Sanbaya had misunderstood.
But there's really no way to explain this.
All of a sudden,
Jingxiong was very angry at Yu Hong, who was talking nonsense.
Sanbaya also has to deal with Yu Hong and Liu Feng's affairs.
Indeed, I didn't spend much time at the Green
As soon as
Romantic Club.
Sanbaya left,
The tense atmosphere before was instantly dissipated.
your classmates look at you again.
Has been replaced by awe and shock.
No one expected.
You are really Sanbaya's eldest brother.
That's the underground godfather. Why are you all looking at me like that?
Aren't you going to sing and have fun?
Of course, you know why your classmates behave like this.
But you pretend not to know their composure. Sumani AI.
I can only pretend to be very happy and walk to the Green Romantic
When
Club.
Green Romance manager Wang Shi came down from the club,
I happened to see the scene where Sangbu Ayo watched Yu Hong.
for Wang Shi,
There was a little conflict in front of the Green Romance
It's
Club.
inevitable. If I hadn't heard from several tens of billions
Spoke
of your
CEOs.
names, Wang Shi doesn't even plan to stop.
Mr. Chen, what is the name of the person you are talking about?
Liu Yangbu's eldest brother. Looks young, about 20 years old.
He looks a little handsome.
The temperament is very unique.
Mr. Chen finished describing.
Wang
Shi probably knows. The person Mr. Chen said.
He's the same person as his boss.
The appearance of Wang Shi
Immediately attracted the attention of many people.
Sumani looked at Wang Shi, who had a different aura.
He quickly asked Wang Ergu on the side, Mr. Da Yu, who is this person?
It looks so unusual.
Wang Ergu followed the direction Song Mani pointed.
Calm down now. That's Wang Shi, general manager of Green Romance Club.
Don't look at him as just a general manager.
Yu Feng is here.
You have to give him some respect.
Wang Ergu was giving popular science to Song Mani and
While
others.
looking at Liu Yang calmly.
After your relationship with Sangbaya was
Your
exposed,
classmates are all instinctively afraid of you.
The classmates are still muttering there. I saw Wang Shi coming over.
meet the rightful owner.
No one dares to complain again. Afraid of being missed by
The
Wang
beginning
Shi.
and end were as miserable as Liu Feng.
Wang Shi looks at you.
Just know,
You are the boss of Sanbaya mentioned by Mr. Chen. Boss Wang Shi just finished speaking.
Song Mani and others were immediately stunned.
Liu Yang is also the owner of Green Romantic Club.
Almost subconsciously.
Everyone turned their attention to Yang Ayua.
Isn't your cousin a small boss? Why don't you know?
Liu Yang is the owner of Green Romantic Club. Yang Ayua shook his head, said he didn't know either.
His cousin is just a waiter at the Green Romantic Club. Not to mention the senior management of Green
Electric
Romantic
means high
Bars.
rise.
His cousin has never seen a few of them,
Competing for beautiful eyes.
looking at you with eyes full of curiosity.
It seems that the longer I stay in contact, the more I feel you are too mysterious.
Since he is Sangbaya's eldest brother.
He is also the boss of Lacrosse International and Green Romantic
I
Club.
also have a top-level supercar Cohen Dixeg in my
What
hand.
if such a person? How could he be an unknown person? He is more convinced. All the information I saw before was wrong.
Classmate reunion.
Bring my classmates over to play.
Is my private room arranged? Wang Jidian, your attitude is quite easygoing.
I couldn't help but breathe a sigh of relief.
VIP Supreme Suite arranged.
After 888, it will be your exclusive
Will
private
no
room.
longer
be open to the Please
public.
rest assured.
Wang
Boss.
Chi's voice fell.
More sobs.
Well, then led the way.
You nod.
Just getting ready to
Then
leave.
I saw a few more people in front of me with respectful faces.
A middle-aged man holding tomorrow in his
Everyone
hand,
carries confidence.
and the demeanor of a superior.
There should be several business owners with very successful careers. This is Mr. Chen, Mr. Zhao, Mr. Han,
These
Mr.
are
Li.
all billionaires. Originally, today was Brother Biao's combination
Because your matter
game.
probably hasn't been settled
Wang
yet.
Ji saw 4 people coming over.
I already understood the intention of the 4
His
people.
voice is not loud, but Song Mani and others heard it clearly.
They never expected it.
One day, I can see with my own eyes a millionaire worth
Take your
tens of
business
billions.
card and line up to contact them.
Mr. Old Classmate. First meet. Your surname is Chun, and you run a clothing store. Mr. Chun is holding his
I
business
handed
card.
it to you respectfully. His business card says Chumpia, president of Wanfang Group.
Wanfeng Group made its fortune through clothing,
Now, Wanfang clothing stores have opened all over the country.
even abroad. Such a great company comes to Chun Pi's mouth.
He's just a clothes seller.
Samani and others all looked at each other.
Look at you again. I saw you glance at Wang Shi. Wang Shi immediately took Mr. Chun's business card.
The remaining 3 CEOs.
Very winking.
I also handed over my business card.
I didn't even need to introduce
When
myself.
did the billionaire boss become so worthless?
They don't even deserve to introduce themselves in front of you.
Right.
Sir, this is my personal opinion. Please, sir, please don't refuse. Chunpei said.
Took out 1 Fun Group's Black Gold Supreme VIP card. 1 Fun Group's Black Gold Supreme VIP card.
Less than 20 copies were issued nationwide.
In order to please you,
He
Chunpei
actually gave 2 of them at once. You responded. Wang Ji took the Supreme VIP card.
said with a smile.
Mr. Chun not only has a unique vision in business
Very
affairs.
good at wine too.
I heard Mr. Chun has a friend who is famous. Opened a national chain of wine estates.
80% of the country's red wine comes from there.
Is there such a thing?
Wang Ji's words made Mr. Chun freeze. Where does he have anything? Friends who own a national chain of wine estates.
That's all because his wife is trying to show off to those rich ladies.
Fabricated.
Yes. There is such a friend.
Just right.
I also have a bottle of Romani Conti given by a friend.
Be careful. Please ask Mr. Chu to laugh. Chunpei was detected bragging to the host. Each will receive a gift from a national chain of red wine estates. Since it is Mr. Chun's wish, then I'll accept it. It just so happens that I also have a red wine estate. I still have a few bottles of good wine in hand.
I'll have someone deliver it to Mr. Chun later.
You know Chunpei is bragging. But it did not expose Chunpei, judging from Chunpei's current performance.
He is a very discerning businessman.
Advance and retreat
In this
a
case,
controlled manner. You might as well go with the flow. Give him a favor.
Mr. Chun watches you leave.
I can't help but feel a little ups and downs in
He
my
does not
heart.
Do you know whether what he said is true or false?
But he still has to bite the bullet.
Realized what I was bragging about.
Mr. Chun said goodbye to the other 3 bosses.
Call your wife in the villa immediately. Get someone right away.
Take the Romani Conti that we just got. Get the Green Romantic Club.
When Mr. Chun's wife heard Mr. Chun's words,
My hair exploded immediately.
What do you say, surname
I
Chun?
finally made Romani Conti. I haven't shown it off to my little sister
Just
yet.
let me send it out, I tell you. Impossible, impossible.
it must be possible.
I just met Sangbai's eldest brother.
You don't know who Sangbaya is.
If you hadn't been bragging to
He
others,
said that a friend has a wine estate. I won't take Romani Conti out either.
hurry up and have someone deliver
Otherwise,
it over.
I will divorce you.
Mr. Chun is also very
His
angry.
lungs almost exploded
If
with
it weren't
anger.
for my wife's vanity.
Did he use Romani Conti to justify his lies? Not long after, Romani Conti was delivered to Mr. Chun.
Mr. Chun is holding Romani Conti
At Wang Shi's instruction,
Arrive at 888 Supreme VIP room.
in the Supreme VIP room.
More than a dozen classmates are sitting in the huge private room.
Maybe it's because I know Mr. Chun will come over again.
no one dares to let go.
The atmosphere is a bit deserted.
This is Romani Conti. Try it and see how it tastes.
Mr. Chun came over with Romani Conti.
I'll pour you wine myself to sober you up. This billionaire boss is as busy as his younger brother, groveling.
It feels inexplicably bold
What
to
should
look
I
at
do?
it.
Sumani is watching Mr. Chun's every move. Eyes straightened.
He intends to seduce you now, but you don't like him at all. The taste is pretty good.
I've arranged for someone to deliver the wine to your villa.
You should receive a call shortly. Drink later. It would be better to go to my wine estate. Mr. Chun should claim that it is.
Didn't say yes.
Not bad either.
At this time, Mr. Chun's phone rang. He looked at the name displayed on the screen.
My heart beats wildly. Could it be that the wine Mr. Liu sent arrived so quickly?
Take it, Li Shengxing said. Mr. Chun picked up the phone. Husband just now.
Pojo Manor sent over a dozen bottles of red wine from its collection. Said it was given to you by their boss.
Oh my god, Moro Manor.
Well, that's true. 90% of the country's red wine is produced.
Red wine mecca. Chen Dong's wife's voice is a bit loud.
Everyone in the private room heard what he said.
Why is Pojo Manor also your property? Oh my gosh, that's the place where red wine is produced
Bill
in the
Ren,
country.
you are too awesome, right? Yu yang.
Class reunion today. Can I have a bottle of Lafite?
Please give me a bottle. Philippines is awesome.
Brother, you are the real boss.
Your classmates.
Everyone was shocked by what Mr. Chun's wife said.
Guo Yu is actually your property too. How rich is this? Only then did Mr. Chun know.
It turns out you are classmates with these people, and it's still at a class reunion. Suddenly, Mr. Chun had an idea.
Gentlemen, Chun also has a small villa in the cemetery in the eastern suburbs
Just right
of Shanghai.
for a class reunion.
Why don't you take them over for a little get-together? Mr. Chun's words made Song Manny and others' eyes light up.
Dongjiao Cemetery. It is close to the top wealthy area.
High-end villa area in Dongjiao number 1 courtyard.
The worst villa has a starting price of more than 30
With
million.
Mr. Chun's current worth, The villa you want to buy starts at least 50 million.
Maybe it's a villa worth over 100 million yuan.
Just thinking about the scene in the villa.
Sumani and others were already ready to make a move.
Liu Yang, I have never been to a villa before. How about you agree?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter whether you sing or not. I'm satisfied if I can see the villa. Liu Yang, just agree.
Jingshan Wan Gergu saw his classmates making noises.
I can't help but look at you too.
But you rejected him without hesitation.